Hi.
Hi.
First, I'd like you to say ah for as long as you can. I'll time you, and you can stop when your voice starts to give out. Nice job. Now, I'll ask you to take a breath and say pa 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 as fast as you can and as long as you can, but remember to try to be accurate and steady.
Pup, 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 pup.
Nice job. Now we're going to do the same thing with ta 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 ta. Remember to keep it steady and as accurate as you can.
Ta 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 ta.
Good. Now we're going to do the same thing with ka 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 ka, just like that. Good, thank you. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is vowel sounds. So just go E, E. Nice job. Now I want you to take a deep breath and say pataka, 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 pataka over and over just until I tell you to stop.
Okay. Pataka, 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 pataka.
Thank you. So, tell me about your family.
So, my mom and dad live in Mechanicsburg, and my sister lives in Virginia. So my mom works at Giant, and my dad is retired. And my sister has a cat. His name is Pax, and he's the cutest thing in the world.
That's nice. What part of Virginia does your sister live in?
Northern, like near Stafford.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
Thanks for telling me that.
Of course.
Okay, so now for this one, I'm going to look at the characteristics of your speech. Typically for this, I would set a timer for between 2 and 4 minutes, but right now I'm just going to ask you to count to 20 at a quick and steady rate. So like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on.
Okay.
Go ahead.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Great job, thank you. Now the next thing is going to be some words and sentences. So first, repeat these sounds after me. E,
E,
ah, a. Good. Now, same thing, but we're gonna do that with words.
Okay.
Mom,
Mom,
Bob,
Bob,
peep.
peep.
Good. Now, I'm gonna say words, and I'd like you to repeat them 3 times. Animal.
Animal, animal, animal.
Good. Snowflake.
Snowflake, snowflake, snowflake.
Good. Now, I'd like you to repeat this sentence after me. I saw a dog at the park today.
I saw a dog at the park today.
Good. Now, could you count from 1 to 5?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Good. Now, can you tell me the days of the week?
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Nice job. Now, could you sing me a familiar song? It could be Happy Birthday, Jingle Bells, anything you like.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Good job. Thank you. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you. So today I'm going to observe your facial muscles and movements in different positions.
Okay.
First thing I need you to do is just relax, close your eyes, look ahead at me, and breathe normally. Try not to clench your teeth and just relax. Good, thank you. Now you'll follow my lead for the next one. So do this. Good, thank you. Now do this. Good, thanks. Now puff up your cheeks with air like this. Okay, now I'm going to push on your cheeks, and I want you to try not to let any air escape. Good, thank you. So now I'm going to look at more of your facial movements. Could you please read this passage?
Okay. When the sunlight strikes raindrops in the air, they act like a prism and form a rainbow. The rainbow is a division of white light into many beautiful colors. These take shape of a long round arc with its path high above and its 2 ends apparently beyond the horizon. There is, according to legend, a boiling pot of gold at one end. People look, but no one ever finds it. When a man looks for something beyond his reach, his friends say he is looking for the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
Great, thank you. Now, tell me, do you have any difficulty controlling laughing or crying?
No.
Okay, great. Now show me a smile. Good. And show me a mad face. Okay, now I'd like you again to just close your eyes and relax as much as you can.
Okay.
Good, thank you. Now I'd like you to open your mouth as wide as you can. Good, thank you. Now keep your mouth open, and I'm going to apply resistance to your chin. Just try to keep your mouth open.
Okay.
Great, thank you. Okay, now I'd like you to open and close your mouth as quickly as you can.
Okay.
And as many times as you can. Great, thank you. Now, next, I'll show you first, but I'd like you to say pa, pa, pa as many times as you can and as quickly as you can.
Okay.
So I'll go first. Pa, 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 pa. So now your turn.
Pa, 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 pa.
Good, thank you. Now, similarly, I'd like you to say pa, ta, ka as fast as you can and for 10 times.
Okay.
So I'll go first. Pataka, pataka, pataka. Just like that 10 times.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Pataka, 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 pataka.
Great. Oh, I don't think I was in the video. Okay. Now I'm going to look at your tongue. So please open your mouth and put your tongue at the bottom of your mouth and just breathe normally. Good, thank you. Now stick your tongue out as far as you can. And normally I would use a tongue depressor to press against your tongue, and you would press against the tongue depressor just to test the weakness or the strength or weakness of your tongue.
Yeah.
But we're not going to do that today.
Okay.
Now, just put your tongue in your cheek, and now do it on the opposite side. Great, thank you. Now stick your tongue out again, and move it right to left as quickly as you can. Great, thank you. So normally part of this, I would be assessing your velum, which is the soft part in the back of your throat, which separates your nasal cavity from your oral cavity.
Yeah.
But we're not going to do that today. I would typically just have you open your mouth very wide and look in the back of your throat. And then to assess the function of your velum, I would typically be using a nasoendoscopy, but I don't have one today, so we will not be doing that. But typically that is how this process would go.
Okay.
So next, I'd like you to just say, ah, for as long as you can, and at some point, I will put a mirror in front of your face just to see if any air is escaping.
Okay.
You can start whenever. Mirror. Great. So next, I'm going to assess the functioning of your larynx, which is where your vocal folds are, which help you to produce sound. So
Okay.
I'd like you to give me your best, strongest cough, like there's something stuck in your throat. Good, thank you. Now, the next thing is what we call a glottal coo. It's essentially a grunting sound. I'll show you. Now your turn. Great. Now, I'd just like you to relax and take a couple of breaths. Great, thanks. Okay, now tell me, do you ever experience shortness of breath throughout the day?
No.
What about during talking or physical activity?
No.
Okay, that's great. Thank you. Now, do you have any pets? Tell me about them if you do.
I do. I got a chocolate lab. He's great. He just turned 2, so he's still a playful little pup. He don't know his own strength.
That's nice. What's his name?
Hunter.
That's great. Thank you for telling me.
Yeah.
Now, typically I would have you, I would give you a glass of water with a straw and have you blow bubbles into it just to see how long you can do it. But I don't have a straw, so we're not going to do that today. But
Okay.
just so you know, that's how that would typically go. Okay, so now I'm going to look at some of your reflexes related to the speech mechanism. The
Okay.
first one I'm not going to do because it can be uncomfortable, but I would be taking this tongue depressor and putting it on the back of your tongue to test your gag response. So the first one that we'll do, I'd like you to just relax your jaw and let your lips part. I'm going to put this tongue depressor on your chin and lightly tap on it. Good. Now I'm going to, again, take the tongue depressor and I'm going to stroke the top of your upper lip. And now I'm going to tap on your upper lip with the tongue depressor. Good. Now I'd like to take the tongue depressor with some pressure against your palm. Good. Thank you. Okay, now for the last thing we're doing today, I'm going to give you some verbal instructions just to see how your movements are when you're not speaking. Okay?
Okay.
So first I'd like you to cough. Good. Now blow air out of your mouth. Now click your tongue. Now smack your lips. Great. Now I'm going to ask you to do those again, but in a different order. So first blow air out of your mouth. Now smack your lips. Cough. And click your tongue. Great. Thank you.
Yep.